Okay, hey everybody. I had just wrapped up a video and I wanted to say, I said that I was going to talk about this and another one. And it was something to me that is kind of funny, but it involves people I have thought of as narcissistic, histrionic, heavy on the histrionic side. Those kinds of behaviors, I'm not diagnosing, but their behaviors can fall under that. Those. Especially the way they dress, okay? And not all of them do that. Not everybody who does that means that. But these, they make sure that the whole, altogether, what they do kind of says the thing. They're really loud, and they dress really loud. They dress really loud. They talk very loud, speak very loud. They, when they laugh, it's a cackle, and it's very loud. And just everything about them, they want to make sure that they get attention. They don't care what kind of attention it is, negative attention, positive attention. It does not matter to them as long as it is attention. Okay? They want it bad. And now there are people that, you know, like plain Janes. They pick on plain Janes like you wouldn't believe, because, but at the same time, they appreciate it because then they can get all the attention. You know, the more histrionic, flamboyant, obnoxious types, adult mean girls, copycats, need to be center of attention, or they're just not happy at all. You know, that type, and they make sure everybody feels it. Yeah, I could go on and on. They don't, like I said, they don't all do the same. And just because somebody dresses a certain way, that doesn't mean that. But quite often they have like woolly worms. That's how to say it. Woolly worms for eyelashes. Oh my gosh, what I've seen. Where they shave off their eyebrows, and I could go on and on. But like I said, not everybody who does that is, you know, they could have other reasons for doing whatever they do. Like me, okay? Like, totally, I'm not one to wear makeup. I'm not one to have woolly worms on my face. You know, this kind of stuff. So I'm really, very plain Jane. Very. I have no, I'm just, well, let me put it this way. I'm a gentle giant. That's how I've seen myself when I was in kindergarten. Not as a giant, but when I was in kindergarten, me and another girl, you know, we were all the girls were waiting in line to go into the restroom. You know how you come back from whatever and you go to the restroom. But in school, we were in kindergarten, okay? And we both looked at one another, and, you know, we let one another know that we're taller than all the other people, all the other girls, not people, but girls. I mean, kindergarten, I knew something was different about me, and she knew something was different about her. We were very tall. And she was different. She was always, I don't even like the term now, but back then we had stupid terms for people. Like for her, it would have been, as we aged, you know, as we got older, became adults, more of a, she was more of a, what do they call it? Oh, now I can't even remember, but beanstalk, no, what was it? Oh, maybe that was it. I don't remember. But me, I'm more hourglass, so, or anyway. But the difference was that, okay, we knew we were different than the other girls that never got our height and all that. This is Texas. I used to joke and put it this way. I said, you know, you probably have heard, they grow everything big in Texas. And that's not mine, but what I added to it was, yeah, including the, why are you stopping, woman? Right in the middle of the road. I would add to it, she stopped because there's a police officer. She was going way fast. She was about to pass me. They got you almost. But, anyway, you know, where was I? Man, real life happens right in the middle of the video. And now she's past the police officer. She gets in front of me going faster. My goodness, people, seriously. But anyway, So anyway, so she and I were different. And where was I going? Where did I leave off there? I'm at a corner that I'm checking out too. And I know I've been here. Okay, I have been here, definitely. I'm checking out a place, a new area I can hopefully find. I do these deliveries, food deliveries, for health insurance. I got on a video for this. I just got on that, talking about that again. Anyway, so me and this girl, we knew we were different. We were tall and all that. So I call myself at this age, or however long and now I've been calling myself a gentle giant. Okay, now as a gentle giant, I go into stores. I'm not as tall anymore because you get older. I'm 60 now. You kind of get shorter. Some people. I don't know that everybody does, but I was told that by a healthcare provider. Everybody kind of shrinks. Yeah, and I understand why they went into detail. But for me, I did. I got smaller. I mean, not smaller, but shorter. And but still, I go into stores and I can see over the aisles. Other people can't, and I stand out because I'm tall. It's never been even though it's Texas, and I was talking about we grow everything bigger in Texas, and what I added to it, I don't think I got to this part. What I added to it was including the people. Okay, so being a tall woman, it wasn't that unusual, but yeah, still, it depends on where you live. At the time where I grew up, a lot of people were tall. If you were short, it was a big deal. And where is it? Stop here. My thing fell off on the floor. Anyway, so that's what it was. Okay, now to get to this point. As somebody who is a female now, and a white female, always have been white female, okay? And somebody had asked me one time, but anyway, because you talk about being a tall, gentle giant of a person, and they automatically assume at one point you weren't female. Anyway, to each their own, but that was not for me. I've always been female. But anyway, so and they meant it as in a certain way, but they did it to everybody. It was one of those online things that they just went around saying stuff like that to women. Ugh, petty. Anyway, as a female, and when I moved to different areas, different people, what they do is look at me and stare at me, like I was some really major oddity. And so the people staring at me was seldom ever a good thing. When I was in my 20s, the only good thing I remember, and I was quite shocked by it, was that I was asked to model. And I was like, really? And I didn't, because back then I had really bad panic attacks, and I was young. I was in my 20s, and didn't know how to handle it. And now, really, I don't have them, so not too often. I have an little anxiety, and maybe one where something is very scary, But like when I had seen a counselor before, she wanted me to counsel her, so I stopped seeing her. But she said, you don't have any strange panic attacks, what you talk about. She said, those are normal. But, okay, now where am I? This is on this side. Anyway, so, okay, I think I mentioned in that other video that all of a sudden these roads just go different ways. Yeah, I was thinking I'm near, the interstate, but no, I'm near a tollway. My goodness. But anyway, get to this. So people looking at me was never really like a good, positive experience. So I don't have that. I can't just say that that's the only reason, but maybe I never would have had any need for people to look at me. I'm not histrionic. I laugh sometimes whenever, something I say sounds like. I've known them since I was born. I've seen histrionic women, girls, women, all that. men play acting theatrical, gotta stand out. Me, I don't want to stand out. I have no choice in it. I already do stand out. And like I said, it's never been good. Now, like I said, some of these histrionics, they don't care. Negative attention, positive attention, they don't care. They want attention. They want everybody to be looking at them. To me, whenever people are looking at me and they're so negative, that's not a good thing. You know, it's not. I mean, to me, that's part of, for me, and I, you know, like I said, I really can't diagnose, but for me, to say about me, it's part of this, you know, what is it called? Complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, because this is something that keeps happening. I have no choice. People look at me and they just look up and up, you know, especially if they're short. And just, you know, just the way that they, you know, like very, very judgmental. It's like where I grew up, like I said, you know, short people, you know, they looked at that. I never did, you know, but I remember when we were in school, there were two girls who were short, just naturally short. Not naturally. I don't know how to put that in a delicate way. They were not. See, that was totally wrong. Strike that. I mean, I'll just leave it there. But they, you know, people would look at people who were not, say, you know, 5 foot tall in high school. And in high school where I grew up, it was so much bullying you would not believe. They didn't have things like no tolerance for bullying. No, I didn't even know what bullying was until I was an adult. I mean, seriously. I didn't know the term bullying. I knew the action, I just didn't know the term. But anyway, it was bad. And as a tall woman, once I moved out of there, I got picked on when I was growing up there too, being tall. But it was more of a, everybody got picked on. That's what it was, really. Everybody did. But I still felt it. And all around because of so many reasons. So, and, okay, something's going on. Okay, I stopped now. I'm going to sit here for a minute. And anyway, so people looking at me is not something that I really care about. It's never become any part of me that I want that I crave that. And I never understood why some people, they don't care what attention they get, they want it. And I say that I don't understand, but in the way I do. I've seen this since I was born. Okay? Since I was born. I'm not trying to exaggerate. Since I was born. And I've never known these to ever change. They only get worse. They only worsen. That's my experience. That might not be yours. But they never change, and they just they get worse as they get older. They have more reason to try to exaggerate their personality, exaggerate being a human, and to get people to look at them. And like I said, bully worms for eyelashes, that kind. Like I said, some people, they just do it for fashion, you know, something fashionable. But some people, it's the combination. Okay, and the mean girl stuff, like the adult mean girl. There are adult mean boys too, but they don't generally wear. Some of them do. So anyway, let me move on. Okay, I don't know what this person next to me is doing, but anyway. So I don't care for attention, and I'm finally going to get to this part. Then something happened, and in a way, it doesn't. At the same time, I had to think about why I was okay with it. Okay, because it's different. Not really that, but in a way. But I last year, the end of the year, I don't remember what month it was. I kept getting these on KindMaster that I used to edit the videos. I kept getting these ads. I guess a lot. I mean, I'm not saying that it was only me. A lot of people probably kept getting them, and they still do. And it's not sponsored, and I'm just going to say what it was. It's Temu. Now, I've heard them call it Temu.com, you know, but other people, I've seen, like, even a news channel, they call it Temu. I would have called it Temu. I did before I heard them say Temu. But anyway, I looked at it finally at some point, And I really like this stuff. You know, I am one who has been so plain Jane, and I've worn the same kind of, some of it is the same thing that I've worn in the past. Just, you know, I have a, well, I can't say I have a lot. I have a lot because I saved a lot of clothes over years. But I was never one to shop much for clothes. I'd go maybe once a year and buy some stuff, and that was enough. I live in Texas. Usually the weather's warm to hot, usually. And things are changing, you know. But anyway, so I saw that and I said, man, these shirts, you know, I would need to do something. I had started working in July doing these, you know, food deliveries, and it was hot, and then it was going to be cold, and I really like some of them, so I started ordering some shirts, not the pants so far, but the shirts. And some of them I liked because, like, once every season, like I said, I'd go shopping, and it would be something that was new to me. Not new to me, but something I had never tried wearing before. I would try them out. And one time I tried out, like, hoodies, but they zipped up front, and I don't like anything that zips. Okay, no, it's too rough for me. And the hoodies I bought, I'm not a hoodie person. I don't like the hoods. I don't. But the zipper just irritated me, and it was more of a jacket. It wasn't really a shirt. But this year, because of Temu, you know, I looked on it, they had such cute ones, like with you know, cats on them. And it's not that there's a picture of a cat. It's just like a cat drawing. And kittens, and like a kitten with the butterfly touching its nose, you know, they were so cute. So I bought some, and they're hoodies. They don't zip. It's not the zip up type, it's the pullover type. I don't like the hood, but I like the pockets because of doing these food deliveries. It's good to have a pocket right there in front. I can stick my phone inside of it, you know, and real easy when I'm carrying stuff. So you see what I'm saying. And so I bought some that were for winter, and then I looked to see if there were shirts. I'm wearing one of those right now, shirts, just a regular shirt. You know, it's long sleeves, and I'm not a fan of long sleeves either. But like I said, it's got a hood. I don't care for the hoods. You know? Anyway, so I bought all these different shirts, and I bought some little purses. Not a fan of the purses. I bought a bunch of the shoes. House shoes, which I never really had before, and you know, for just regular kind of Crocs, but they're not Crocs. They're kind of like that. Not a fan of those so far, but anyway, I washed the house shoes, and one of them had black on the bottom, and it got black on all of them. Lesson learned. But anyway, the shirts I really do like. So anyway, so I like the shirts, and I started wearing them and all this. Now, like I said, I'm a kind of a gentle giant of a woman. I'm not real thin, you know, more of hourglass. I'm not the beanpole. Was that the word? There it is, beanpole. Very bad. Anyway, I'm not that type. I'm curvy, and so I don't wear clothes tight, because it irritates me. You know, I'm very sensitive, highly sensitive person, and very sensitive. So I buy them usually a size bigger, at least one. Anyway, so I started wearing these things, and I don't know how many times it's been so far. Different shirts, different days, different places, not the same people, none of that. But people have started complimenting me about my clothing. And that's kind of like compliment, somebody looking at me and complimenting me. Very unusual. I'm 60 years old. It's very unusual. Okay, they're not complimenting me, they're complimenting my shirt and I guess you could say my taste in clothing. But one of them, I was like, you know, two of them were basically different times, different days, all that. One of them is a black shirt, and it has a cat walking on it, and it has little the cat's paws or little hearts that's leaving little tracks, and you know, cat paws, and it's really cute. And that one was there was a really a kid in the doctor's office. I was in the waiting room, and the kid was just really sick. I couldn't tell she or he had a hoodie on, and was just not looking up from his or her dad. I think it was a girl. But then one time I went up to the front to ask him why was it taking so long, and my appointment had already passed quite a bit, and just to make sure, like I told him, you didn't forget about me, because that actually has happened. They lost my chart that time, not there, but a different place. So when I was walking back, that kid that had been looking down still had a hoodie real close to, I'd say, her face, and she looked up at me and she was looking at my shirt, and it just the way she did it, because it was not just real close. I was not close at the beginning. Just, it kind of made me feel, I may have made her day, because it's real cute. It's real cute. And another one was I'm forgetting some of them, but the ones I remember, like a guy, and Adam was with me, and a guy at a restaurant when I went to pick up something, he said, "Oh, I really like that shirt." And he was a young kid, not kid, but I'd say young 20s. And another one, I was walking across to go get us something, I think it was. No, I think I may have been going to pick up. But whatever it is, it doesn't matter, right? But anyway, I had to cross over, and the guy had to stop, and it was a man around my age, and he gave me a thumbs up. And let me know it was a shirt, and he gave me a thumbs up. Well, he probably remembers, like me, around my age. That's when I looked, and I said, yeah, that's what it is. It was probably like Laugh-In show, remember? With Gold, it wasn't called Laugh-In. Goldie Hawn. And kind of how they would dress back then, back in the, what was it, late 60s, early 70s, somewhere around there. And I used to dress like that, but, everybody did. But it's a blue shirt with circles on it. And then, and there are other stories I could tell, about people telling me that they like my shirt. I've never been one that likes people looking at me. And look at how often do you see me? I've been making videos. This year will be 10 years on my original channel. And back then, I was more on camera. But because my webcam at home did really well. Since then, and I even called the people who made them. I called the this, that, the other, and they were horrible webcams. So yeah, they shouldn't have been that. You got to get a special this for Windows 10. Well, I have a Windows 11 now. I don't know if it make a difference, but I haven't been on camera now for maybe, I used to do it like at least once a year. I don't think I've been on it for a couple of years or so. But that's not my focus. That's not. I mean, I could do it while I'm driving down the road. It's just not me. It's just not how I am. So this thing with the people staring at me, I was thinking, man, I must be a model for them. But I could get it because you can actually see it. See the shirt, see the color, see the, because of my size. Some people are so tiny, you don't really get a good idea, of what's on the shirt or whatever. But I guess that makes sense. I don't know. See, like I said, I'm not much on people seeing me and looking at me because of my bad experiences in the past. So this was kind of odd, and I was thinking, is this what the people who are histrionic are wanting so bad to be noticed for something good, that they just keep doing it, and they keep getting, people looking at them like, who are you and why are you acting that way? So loud and obnoxious and dressed like that and all that stuff. Make sure you get attention and insult people if you have to get attention. Just for those small little bitty times that somebody gives you attention and it's not negative. That seems like that would just be more harm. And it doesn't seem like, I'm pretty sure it would be. But maybe not for them. I don't know. But for me, no thank you. I don't want you looking at me and being judgmental. But they put it out there, and they want people to look at them. I could go on, and I might in other videos. Talk to you on another video. Bye.